Jon Williams. Look at you, sir.
Oh,
Hey? Oh, excuse me, perfect timing, Magnum.
for under £1 million rand.
GTS. Bud, tell us about what you've brought. So, John and I were once again tasked with finding cars, this time sports cars, from this badge over here, the House of Porsche, or Porsche for the purists.
Yeah,
So
whichever way.
tell us about with Driving Force.
Yeah, obviously I went to Driving Force, looked on the floor, what do you have for under £1 million rand? And of course they had a Porsche.
Ooh.
Mid-engine, 3.4 litre, NA. It just sounds spectacular, so well balanced. I've been driving it every day.
Is this exhaust stock?
No,
It's not, because it
It's not.
sounds beautiful.
but it is a product of Porsche.
Of Porsche.
So-
So let me tell you, for under $1 million, to kind of cut in and make your point, for under $1 million, this car sounds
Spectacular.
like $1.5 million.
Yeah. I get the feeling that Ryan has broken the rules yet again.
See the smile? You see this?
You know, I think I'm going to have to get you to sign the brief
I
up
didn't
front
know
because I
that you
said you
said
under £1 million rand.
So
Under £1 million
let's
rand.
just quickly talk about this. Under $1 million, how much? $999? What's this on the
So
floor?
950,
950.
low mileage for a Porsche. I mean, this has only got 20,000 kilometers, which is very low, so it's
Yeah.
literally run in. And I mean,
Tell
how
you
much
what,
fun.
Use the discount code JW69 and they'll give you an extra 10 Rand off.
And I might give you an experience of a lifetime.
Wow, can you imagine being taken on a trip with you in this if they bought it?
It's just such an awesome car. Like I say, it's got everything. It comes with everything. I mean, I've really enjoyed it and I've been driving it daily. No problem.
Lovely. Now, I misheard John. When he said $1 million, I didn't know if he was talking about 1 or 10. So I just thought about the
Not
best
£1 million
possible.
pounds.
Oh, £1 million is what I thought.
Million
you said.
rands.
£1 million rand. So I went and I brought this. Ba-da-da-da. Familiar face? Well, of course it is. Look at that. Mike Fannin,
It's not fair.
who the last time we chatted to was in that beautiful yellow GT3. The man
Oh,
is back.
look at that smile, eh?
Congratulations on this.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank
Possibly
you very much.
the best vehicle for a track on earth, the GT3 RS. Of course, we know that there's a new generation, but I mean, it gets no more special than this one over here. This in the 991.2 configuration over here. Mike, tell us about it. You recently acquired it. What's it like to own and drive daily?
Ryan, it's insane. The GT3 that I had, I've always thought was just, you know, the ultimate expression of a car. And suddenly these guys took it and did it a whole lot better. It just does everything so much better. It's faster, it handles better, the noise is better, the refinement is better, right down to the little features that they put in. Everything is done absolutely perfectly right.
What I am very surprised about is you don't see enough of them on the road. I've seen 1 or 2 GT3s, also a car you don't see a lot of because people tend to keep them in their garages. They tend to keep them, bring them out for a special occasion. And what I love about your purchasing of vehicles is you look at it and you go, I'm not sticking this in the garage. I want to live and experience what the car's like.
Completely.
This is your daily driver.
Completely right. That's the point. I mean, one of the things I was talking to you about earlier is that this car's had, it's a 4-year-old car and it's had 4 owners before me, which is
crazy.
And there's only 10,000 Ks in the clock, which means your average guy is doing maybe 150 Ks a month. I've done 300 Ks in the first week.
Yes.
You know,
I mean, they don't even get to enjoy the
there,
car.
It's there
you know?
to be driven. And
Absolutely.
I think
Yeah.
it's the saddest thing. A thing like this gets stuck in a garage.
Yeah.
You know, it's meant to be out there. It's meant to be driven hard. It's meant to be enjoyed.
When we spoke to you about the GT3 as a daily, you were saying, listen, this is such an easy car to drive as a daily. Is there a significant difference adding the RS in terms of a daily driver?
Yeah, I will admit this one is
Yeah.
a little bit more complicated. Just getting in and out is a bit tough. It's got the sport bucket seat, which
Yes.
you know, if you're not that limber, it can get quite interesting.
Got you.
It's a lot more responsive. So you know you have less time to think about things if you make a mistake. It's just going that much quicker. The carbon ceramic braking system it needs to be warmed up. I had to get used to that. You know, you get in the car and you take off, you hit a stop street, put your foot down, it doesn't stop because the brakes aren't warm.
Yeah, you gotta get them warmed up,
So it's a race car. You know, it's a race car. So, you know, John's going to be able to give you some coaching on it. But having said that, it can be driven quite easily as a practical everyday driver.
Yeah.
But you've got to make a couple of adjustments.
John, you were talking about the big jump between the GT3 and the RS. For a lot of people, I mean, no one of us would say no to having a GT3 as a daily driver. But that jump up again that I spoke to Mike about from a GT3 to an RS, that is a huge leap in reality.
No, it is. I mean, it's just so much, everything's just so much more responsive, you know.
Yes.
Like Mike said, you know, just you can brake that much later, you can carry more speed, the aerodynamics on the car just pushes the car down so you've got more grip, you know.
Yeah.
So you really have to be wide awake when driving these cars. You can't just go from something like a road-going production car and jump in something like this and try and drive it fast. You know, you have to respect the car and build the confidence, you know, every day to get to a point. You know, you will get yourself into trouble.
Even going from a GT3 to the RS version is, like I said, when it comes to driver input, requires also a different level of skill as well.
Yeah, no, and you have to concentrate when driving these things because things come at you at a real speed.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, this is the ultimate. I mean,
Sure.
it's got carbon fiber, big wing, big brakes, roll cage, bucket seats. It ticks all my boxes.
And
off.
how did you find it in this Miami blue? Because this is, let's face it, there's not, you know, when it comes to colors, getting this color combination with the yellow calipers, special.
Completely, and right. Actually, this car came up about 6 months ago, and I've been trying to land it. Somebody in Joburg bought it, kept it in a garage for 2 months, didn't drive it once, and then sold it back to them. And I told Porsche if it came back, I want it because you just don't get this color.
But you wonder why they do that. Is that, do you think, Mike, or they drive it and realize it's just too fast, or it's too?
I think it's a combination. I think it's, you know, you've got a combination of two things. I think it's a lot of car, like you said. If you're not ready for it, it's a big jump.
Yeah.
But the second thing is these things, they have a scarcity value. There's only, I've looked it up, there's only 4,500 units ever built.
Wow, really? I
of
didn't
this
know
model.
that.
Now, so you have an investment value to them.
And they
don't
do
lose
hold their
money.
value
Yeah,
very
that's the
well.
thing.
That's one thing with Porsche. And I mean, you know, even the differences in the car, they do subtle changes so
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
It doesn't date the cars, which I always like about Porsche, you know. Even this GTS, I mean, this is a 2015 model.
Sure.
Standing here, you would never say so. It doesn't look
Absolutely.
outdated at all, you know. I mean, so they do it
I
very
mean,
well.
You talk about that yesterday morning was the launch of the new 911, the T.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes.
So that's a GT3 engine in
Yeah.
what is almost a standard 911 body. I think it's
Absolutely.
167 units worldwide.
Yeah.
It's the same car but completely different.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
How special. Listen, Mike, I'm looking forward to seeing more of this because I know you will be driving this almost everywhere you go, whether it's local holidays or down to the shop and back. Many, many happy motoring miles in your new baby. She's
Thanks very much.
absolutely
Much
incredible.
appreciated. Great stuff.
And if you're looking for something and you're going, well, one day we can dream big and hope to aspire to owning a GT3 RS, in the meantime, know that for under $1 million, if you're popping down to Driving Force, you've got, well, GT might not have the 3, it's got the S, and it's under $1 million. So Driving Force, extra special over there. John, enjoy. I'm definitely jumping back in the seat with Mike. We're going to take maybe the long route home, maybe via Namibia. We'll see you next week. Like, subscribe, and join us again next week for another video. Thanks, everyone.